All right, today we're going to go over the cylinder valve and the fittings that go along with that valve. The cylinder valve is what is called a supply valve, and that is because it is supplying the propane to the appliance that we're running. An appliance could be anything from a barbecue to a fire pit to a patio heater, a number of different things. This is what the valve looks like when it's not inside the cylinder, so let's go over some of the aspects of it. First of all, on the top, there is a triangular handle and it is marked with OPD. That stands for Overfill Protection Device. Up until 1998, the cylinder valves were round. Now, in 1998, by law, they were changed to become OPD, Overfill Protection Devices. The way that that works is as the propane is going into the cylinder, this float is rising. And once the float comes to the top, it stops at this point. When it stops, it is no longer allowing propane to go into the cylinder, thus preventing overfill. The worst thing we can do with the cylinder is overfill it because it needs room for expansion, especially if it is in a hot environment. Going along with that is the pressure relief valve on the back side of the valve itself. What this does is, should the pressure get to a point that the tank would deform, and it actually goes off before then, it will allow the pressure to come out, or what they call off gas. When this is happening, yes, you're putting propane into the air. That is why it's important that cylinders be stored outside and away from any ignition sources. The next aspect of the valve is what's called the fixed liquid level gauge. And it's exactly that. It is in a fixed position, and as the propane comes up, it comes out this tube and then out the side of the fixed liquid level gauge. This is where we will see it spitting liquid, propane, and or a snow. So if we are filling a cylinder, this is the point that we want to stop. When we see the liquid coming out, the snow coming out of it, that's when you want to turn off the hose end valve and stop filling the cylinder. Moving from there, we'll go to where your supply connection. There are two connections built into this unit. There is what's called the QCC, that is the outer threads, and they are right-handed threads, just like normal. You turn it to the right to put it in. There is also what is called the POL. They are the inner threads, and the way those work is to the left. So they are reverse threads as compared to the outer threads. So let's go over some of the differences in the actual connections. You can see here that I have three different colors. I have a black, I have a green, and I also have a red. You're going to want to write this down. The black is up to 100,000 BTU. The green is up to 200,000 BTU, and the red is up to 400,000 BTU. So basically what this is the amount of flow that will go through the opening in the connection. They also have built into them what is called a back check. You'd see this when you would unhook from an appliance. So when you unhook from the cylinder, no gas is going to come out from the hose that would have been in the hose line. No gas will come out because it has a back check in it. As compared to the POL, which is probably hard to see on the camera, but it's completely open all the way through. There is no back check on it, and it will go up to many thousand, probably million BTU rating because there's no restriction on it whatsoever. Finally, there is an adapter, and while this tank has both the QCC and the POL attachment, 100-pound cylinders and other cylinders, tanks on motorhomes, etc., do not have the outer threads, the QCC. They only have the inner POL. So what this piece allows us to do, and again, since I'm going to the POL, it's opposite threads, and now it gives me a QCC connection. That's all we're going to go over today, and we'll take it up on some other topics on our next video.